Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're actually going to be working on my pickup, the tow rig. What it's doing is, let me turn this on. So if you listen, for one, you can see the airbag lights on, but also listen to it when it turns. How's that sound? And then all of the buttons, like press anything on here, volume, nothing seems to work, even the horn. And what that is kind of a telltale sign of the clock spring being out. So we're going to go ahead and take the steering wheel off and replace the clock spring. Before you do anything electronic, especially with an airbag, you want to make sure that you unplug your battery. I actually have two batteries, being a diesel, so I'm going to unplug both of them, and then I'm going to wait about 30 minutes to let it discharge off.
One eternity later.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to start by taking this case off. Once we get the case off, there's some little tabs behind the airbag. Back here, well, you can't see them, but it'll be back here. And that'll be able to pop the airbag off. Once we get the airbag off, there'll be a bolt here. We're going to pull the steering wheel off. Once we pull the steering wheel off, we can replace the clock spring. And then we'll just reverse that order, put everything back on. So, got the batteries unplugged. It's been about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this cover off right here. And I'm gonna start by taking these bolts out. There's three of them. They are 7/32. So I'll go ahead and pull those off real quick. So I forgot to mention this trim that goes underneath. You'll just pull it out. You can pull at the top right there on this tab, and then on the other side. And then there's a couple tabs on the bottom, so you'll just kind of pull that apart. Just be careful. And then once you do that, you can actually split this apart, and then you can remove it. And same thing with the top. Get all that off of it. Alright, so I got the airbag off, and how you do this, there are the three clips. There's 1, 2, and 3 up there. And if you look, there's 3 hooks. There, there, and there. So you kind of have to, I had to maneuver the steering wheel around, and you kind of take that little hook and just pry it away from that, or take the hook and pry it away from right there, the loop, excuse me.
Do you understand the words that are coming out from my mouth? Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
Take the loop and pry it away off that little hook. And what I did is it's easier if you get it from the bottom, so I just kept turning the steering wheel, what I needed to do. And then to unplug the airbag from the steering wheel, there's this little plug right here that plugs into the center, and there's a red one that goes into this one. And so you just take those plugs off and it comes right off. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this little harness off, and then we are going to pull that off. So it takes a T-50 Torx bit to get this off, and so I already broke it loose. And so I'll go ahead and I move the steering wheel back to somewhat center so I can kind of put it on correctly when I go to do it. So got that off, and we should just be able to remove this now. And there we are, with the steering wheel off. And so now we'll just go ahead and take this clock spring off and replace it with the new one. So how you're going to take this off is there's a screw there, one there, one there, and then you'll also pull this out. And then once you do that, you'll be able to just pull the clock spring right out. And what you'll use to actually do that is a T10 Torx. Note when you go to take off the clock spring, there's a little plug-in right there at the bottom. It's right there, so when you go to put the new one on, you're going to want to make sure you made it up there correctly without breaking any pins or anything. Once you get those pins lined up in the bottom, There's two little guiding pins on the inside of this that need to be lined up as well, so make sure everything's sitting in there and like seated properly. You'll know when it is because it won't really be able to move that much after. It should stay right where it's at, and then your holes at the top should actually line up where they belong. So we're going to go ahead and screw those bolts back in and plug in this sensor. Now that we have all the bolts in, it's on there secure, we're going to go ahead and put the steering wheel on. So as we do that, we're going to route that wire through the top portion right there like it was before. Like that. Put it on there, get it on, and you'll know it is because it fits like a hex right in there, and then you'll have your two kind of mounting points right there, so everything should just sit right back on there. And now we'll go ahead and put the bolt back in. Alright, the bolt's back on there tight, so I'm going to take this plug it in right in there, and then we'll go ahead and hook the airbag back up. We're going to connect, like I said, this one will go back to the center. We'll go back to that spot right there in the center, and then the red one will go into the red connector right there. Because I'm not super excited to get hit in the face with this, I'm going to go ahead and plug that in, kind of get out of the way as I do it. Okay. Now, go ahead and put these hooks back in. Crap. So, I got the airbag put back on. I saw a lot of people were able to just kind of press it on, and that was it. Took next to no effort. Mine was a little squishy on the sides, so like when I went to push it, either that or the springs were too hard, but either way it wouldn't just go on easily. So what I ended up doing was grabbing a little bit of like twine, and I wrapped it around the hook on this side, and then the opening port on the other side, I ran it through, and so I pulled it on this side to bring the hook in, and I was able to kind of just place it in there, and I did it with both sides. And then I just snipped the wire on the inside, and so if I were to open this again, there'd be a little bit of wire in there, but it shouldn't affect anything, still moves the way it should. But if you do happen to have a squishy airbag where you can't just press it in like other people, that's a way that would work for me. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting the rest of the trim on. Alright, so I got all that set up, so I'm gonna go ahead and hook the batteries back up. Alright, here's the moment of truth. We got batteries in, trim, everything's back together. Let's see. So, yep, the volume switch works again on the steering. Presets change. Horn works. Cruise control works. So we are back in business. So, it'd be a relief now to have my clock spring fixed, because now I can use my steering wheel controls so I can change volume, stuff like that. I can also set cruise control. That was kind of an issue when it was out. Also, where I do have a low tire pressure, all I would get is that, the low tire pressure notification, and to get rid of it you have to actually press the reset button on the steering wheel. And if you don't do that, then that just stays up there, so I can't see my mileage or anything like that. I can't use anything up there. Not a huge big deal, but it is just a pain in the butt, and it is something to kind of think about. So glad I got that done. Now I need to actually put air in the tire so I can get rid of my low tire light as well. So till then, see you next time.